Welcome to Hamilton's Rugby Club. We are here at this classic clash of the Western Province Super A League between Hamlets RFC, who have travelled all the way from Mamre, to Hamilton's Sea Point Rugby Club. This is obviously the end of the second team game. I'm here with Adrian K.
Thanks, Pila. It's an exciting afternoon Super League A clash here on a Thursday on the public holiday, Youth Day. And we're seeing the last moments of the second team clash here between Hamiltons and Hamlets. Hammies with a lead by 17 points to 10 at the moment as we enter the last 4 minutes of play. And a quick tap by Caleb Lowe.
As Rooneyvoort takes the ball up, the ruck is formed, but they blow in for holding. And Hamlets plays a quick ball. Hamlets will definitely try to keep the ball alive to the wing, and the wing is starting for the line. The ball goes out, Adrian. What do you think, Adrian?
Yeah, directly out to touch. Right, so the Hammies second team victorious here today by 17 points to 10. They pick up the 4 log points. And we're just moments away from the main event of the day. The Hammies first team taking on Hamlets. Just looking at the starting lineup for Hamilton's. The front row of Devin Martinez, Aubrey Kutsia and Nick Robeck. In the second row, the lock combination of young Edrich Viljoen, Friedel Weich, very experienced campaigner, and the back row of Ray Williams, Dion Robbie, and Henko Martins. They have a big role to play here today. Louis Nell resumes his halfback pairing with Heinz Steenkamp, and in the midfield, Wensley Scott and DJ Falkner are reunited. Very exciting back three, Bernardo Buerta, Damian Ralston and Wynand McLachlan. They'll certainly be looking to light up this Hamilton's field today. A packed crowd here today for this contest between 8th place Hamiltons and 11th place Hamlets. The travelling supporters have come from about 60 kilometres and they're out here in droves. So this is all set up for a pulsating encounter.
Yeah, no, definitely, Adrian. I mean, the weather's not too bad. As we see the Hamlets team coming out. It's set for a grueling encounter. It's going to be quite physical. And hopefully we can get some scintillating stuff from both sides.
Yes, great weather conditions. Around about 18, 19 degrees this afternoon. Slightly overcast. The pitch has taken a bit of damage after some rain earlier on this week. We'll see if that holds up throughout the game. As the Hammies team enters the field, led once again by Heinz Steenkamp. They'll be looking to bounce back from a disappointing result 5 days ago against Unimall, where they went down by 38 points to 3.
Yeah, definitely. Hamlets with all the momentum on their side, obviously after coming off a win against SK. We've seen. I like what Hamlets have done in terms of their community rugby and bringing their community and incorporating them into their rugby. And I mean, we've seen big powerhouses like Ike's travel to Momri to go play there and have a jaw there. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a pretty good encounter today.
What a great advertisement that is for rugby. Powerhouses like UCT Ike's traveling all the way to Momri for Super League game. Certainly a great advertisement for community rugby and Super League A. As we get ready to kick off here, it looks like it's going to be Keenan Ockers who's going to kick off and start this game. Hamlets in the gold jerseys. Hammies in their traditional red, black and yellow with the white shorts. Currently in 8th position in the league. Just a slight hold up at the moment as Coach Robert Ulafia has his last few words with Captain Aubrey Kutsia. And today's Hamlet's first team coach is Gavin Passons, Pila, the former Bulls and Free State winger.
Oh yes, definitely. We all remember the legend that is Gavin Passons, and Chad Passons seems to be taking the number 12 jersey, and hopefully we'll be able to see some of Gavin's magic through him.
Yes, as we are about to kick off, it seems like Ockers is going to kick us off, and deep towards the 22, taken in by Nick Robeck, just outside the Hammies 22, where Louis Null will look to play to Devin Martinez, who carries strongly over the 22, helped by Idris Vuljun. Hammies will look for a clean exit here in deep inside their territory after they failed to take that kick-off from Ockers. As Louis now puts up the box kick and McLaughlin chases, and beautifully taken by the Hamlets wing, but unfortunately he lost it forward as he was coming down, and Hammies will have the scrum just inside Hamlets territory.
Hamiltons will look to have a more structured game and get the contest for the ball going with the kick that Louis Null sent up. Obviously, mistakes like that against a side like Hamilton's can really be to your detriment with scintillating backs like DJ Faulkner.
Yes, on the Hamlet side, I think they'll probably look to keep the ball alive as often as possible, Pila. They've got some fast, exciting and skillful backs. So it's a great contrast of styles here today on the Stephan Oval. Louis now prepares to put the ball in the scrum here. The referee has ordered a reset of the scrums. It'll be a very interesting phase to follow as the game goes by. And he's obviously looking for that scrum dominance which they didn't have against Unimil. And another collapse, unfortunately. And unfortunately there seems to be an injury here as that scrum collapsed. I'm not sure about the number, but below that looks quite serious. It does not look as though that Hamlets player is in good condition there. Medics rushing to the scene, and let's hope that this is not anything serious.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate to have a first team player down at this time of the game when the game is just into 2 minutes. However, Hamiltons do thrive at the scrum and actually performing there and being dominant at set pieces, at scrums and lineouts. So hopefully we can get the game going after the Hamlets player has been sorted.
Yeah, I think the conditions, while it's been dry for most of yesterday and today, the the field has certainly been cutting up, and that's a suggestion that underfoot it is quite wet and soggy, and obviously that presents a big challenge for the front row forwards, in particular in the scrum. And I think we saw that in the first two scrums of the game, when neither side was able to really keep their footing. And let's hope that this is not a serious injury. Hamilton certainly struggled in their last encounter in the scrum spieler against Unimil in that 38-3 defeat here 5 days ago. And that's an aspect of the game they'll be looking to improve on if they are to come away with the 5 points here today.
The score definitely did not go the direction of the Hamiltons. Everything just went apart against Unimil 5 days ago, but hopefully the boys have bounced back and they've realised where their shortcomings were, and they're ready for the challenge that is ahead of them, which is Hamlets. But Hamlets will look to keep the ball alive and have some interplay between their quick, skillful backs. A player to look out for is Henry Davids, their number 14, their right wing. He's a very, very fast guy, very nippy fellow. And yeah, with Chad Parsons also just a great distributor, and keeping the ball in terms of keeping the ball alive in between their fastball play.
Yes, play being held up at the moment by what looks to be a serious injury. Let's hope it's more of a precaution than anything else, as the medics attend to. We're not sure about the number. We will give you the number as soon as we can of the player that's down injured. In the meantime, the Hamlets players continue to do their stretches along with the Hammies players. And yeah, this game, of course, Pilar, was moved. Originally was supposed to take place on Saturday, but because of the big final taking place here just a couple of 100 meters away at the Cape Town Stadium, it was moved to today, which is the public holiday Youth Day. What do you think about that final on Saturday? Who's your money on?
Oh, the final this weekend is definitely a big one. My money is definitely on Stormer. I'm part of the faithful, and I'm hoping that the Stormers boys are ready for what's to be a grueling encounter with the Blue Bulls.
Well, I'm a lifelong Stormer too, but I can't help thinking back to 2010 when the Bulls and the Stormers met in the Super Rugby final, and unfortunately that day, if you were a Stormers fan, the Bulls came away with a victory by 25 points to 17 at Orlando Stadium in Soweto. So I still got a lot of scars. I'm carrying a lot of scars around from that day. So I'm not quite as confident. I think Jake White obviously is a big concern. He managed to pull off a remarkable semi-final win in Dublin against Leinster. So I think it's a 50-50 game. It could go anyway. But what an occasion it's going to be down here in the Greenpoint Precinct on Saturday afternoon.
Oh no, definitely. It's set to be a huge occasion. However, that Stormer side has something very special going on with them. I mean, how they turned around from being the underdogs of the competition in the beginning to being favourites now in the final and hosting a home final.
Well, it's quite a remarkable story.
Nereye? Ay tepelemiş. Trakala. Trakala Emine trakala. Asay. Parti.
No electricity, there's no electricity. There's no electricity down here. on. It's not on. Ik heb net graag hoekje.
Lekker meiden! Kom nee, maar laat zitten, Robbie! Kom Robbie!
Just midway between the 22 and the 10-meter line in Hamilton's territory. Aubrey Kutsia will feed the line out. What did we say about a contrast of styles here? This has been incredible to watch.
Yes, definitely.
Aubrey Kutsia finds Henko Martens, finds Heinz Steenkamp to Ray Williams. Ray Williams gathers. He has the presence of mind. He carries the ball beautifully. Here's Nick Robeck. Up to the 10-meter line here. Louis Nall digs for the ball. He feeds to Friedel Weich. And a sharp blast of the whistle, Pila. I'm not exactly sure what the referee is having a chat to Aubrey Kutsia about, but it seems to me as though he's scratching his pocket, and that's a yellow card for Devin Martinez.
Yes, Adrian, like I said in the beginning, definitely these unnecessary penalties and these unnecessary mistakes and these infringements are definitely going to cost the Hamilton side, and we can see that now evident with the player in the pen for the next 10 minutes, and Hamlets will look to exploit the Hamilton's defense with one of the big players down.
Great kick by it seems like Ockers. He's taken play deep into Hammy's 22, and this last 10 or 15 minutes or so of dominance by Hamlets hasn't yet resulted in points, but they certainly have a great opportunity now, Pila.
Definitely with Hamilton's looking to contest the line out and try to get an advantage.
By Henko Martens in the front of the line out. Certainly Hamlet line out not going to plan today as Friedel Weich carries. They'll look to exit now. Friedel Weich carries. Louis Nall might be looking for Heinz Steenkamp, all for the box kick himself, and that's a great kick taking play just outside the 22 where the assistant referee holds up the flag.
Hamilton's definitely just easing the pressure off their players and getting that ball out of the 22 and looking to be clinical.
The lineout's going to be fed by the hooker Jamil Williams. So far it hasn't gone well for Hamlets in the lineout, Fila. But neither has it gone well this time as Dion Rabi collects this lineout against the throw to Ray Williams. Ray Williams carries strongly. He's been held up there and manages to get to ground. And the maul has been called. Ray Williams not able to get to his feet quick enough there in the opinion of the referee Pila, and he was held up, and so use it or lose it.
Definitely, and you can see it's evident within on the field. It's evident the amount of pressure and the amount of tension that is being caused here. There's a lot of emotional pressure from both sides, and hopefully everyone can just keep calm and get the game going.
Yeah, Hamilton's not really able to get into any sort of rhythm. And credit to Hamlets for the way that they've defended, the way they've scrambled at times. I thought for a moment they'd run themselves off their feet when I saw them walking around, but the spirit is certainly there.
Definitely the heart is there. They've got the community backing them. You'd swear they have home ground advantage as the scrum is about to be fed by the number 9.
Another massive scrum by Hammies. And there was certainly a hand in the scrum there. Hamlet scrum under massive pressure there. And the blindside flank genius Malamba played that ball in the scrum with his hands. Fila.
Definitely unnecessary illegal infringements. However, this will definitely take the pressure off the Hamilton's boys as they look to set up a line out in Hamlet's territory.
Heinz Steenkamp takes play up to the 10-meter line, Hamlet's territory, where he sets up a line-out which Aubrey Kutsia will feed. Very vocal crowd here today, Fila. Fantastic atmosphere, and we've seen some great rugby so far.
Definitely, you've got to love the Giers.
Aubrey Kutsia, mastered by Hinko Martins at the front of the line-out to Heinz Steenkamp to Ray Williams. Ray Williams offloads to Wensley Scott. And once again, it's ripped away in the tackle. Another unforced error by Hammies as Hamlets look to run it now. Here's Ockers. Here's Jody Jacobs. This is Solomons at least. With a great chip kick taking play deep into Hamilton's territory. And a few emotions running wild here, Pila. Inko Martins and a few of the Hamlets players having a few words.
Definitely with the tensions high and the emotions up high, this is expected, but let's leave the boxing to boxers and stick to rugby.
Seems like that matter sorted itself out and the play can now resume. The referee was completely unsighted there, and so was the assistant referee. Hamilton's once again in their 22. Very smart play by Hamlets, moving the ball away from the point of contact at all times as Henko Martins takes at the front of the line-out, feeds to Idrich Viljoen. Idrich Viljoen carries strongly. He makes it well over the advantage line before being taken to ground. There's Louis Null to Aubrey Kutsia. Kutsia carries. Another strong carry there by Aubrey Kutsia. Louis Null finds Heinz Steenkamp. He cuts the line again. It's Heinz Steenkamp. Does he have support? He's got DJ Faulkner on the right-hand side. It's DJ Faulkner. And it's try number 3 for Hamiltons. Fantastic play once again by Heinz Steenkamp.
Heinz Steenkamp just looking good today. He probably had a rabbit's foot in his bag this morning. But however, just breaking the line and just being clinical and executing clinically throughout the game.
Well, once again, his impact on the game from a creative perspective has been absolutely phenomenal. His ability to spot the gap when it's there And to make the right decision, his offload to DJ Faulkner timed absolutely perfectly. And the former Sharks centre rounds up near the posts to extend Hamilton's lead. They've certainly been under pressure in the last 15 minutes or so, but they've come away with the points, which Hamlets have failed to do in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the scoreboard speaks for itself, but it's still a close game. 17-3. But I mean, still a close game. Anything can happen. But with players like DJ Faulkner is actually a Cape boy. He comes from Jan van Riebeekstrand out in Melkbos. And then he went to Rondebosch Boys and then furthered his rugby in the Sharks.
As Heinz Steenkamp adds the extra 2 there to stretch the lead. Hamilton's 19, Hamlets 3. Around about 5.5 minutes to go. As Orcas will look to restart play again. He sends it high into the Hammies half where Idrif Viljoen can collect. Louis Nel to looks like Vandre Nokier's on the field now. Massive carry by Vandre Nokier to Steenkamp to DJ Faulkner. Wynand McLaughlin. Here's Henko Martins. Can he cut inside? He bounces. A massive handoff by Henko Martins. And that was outstanding, Villa. Only Henko Martins can do that.
Henko Martins again doing Henko Martin things. Obviously flying like a winger down. Henko Martins obviously one of the most athletic athletes in the Super League. Henko Martins obviously coming from, he has got a great rugby background. He went to Tygerberg High firstly and then changed I think in grade 11 in about 2016 where he went to Paarl and further his rugby, made Craven Week twice. And he's just been awesome ever since. And he's been playing Western Province Sevens. He even played SA Schools. The list goes on as on. One of the players with the best CVs.
Yeah, Henko Martin's a phenomenal athlete, and we saw it on full display there as Heinz Steenkamp adds the extra 2 and stretches Hammy's lead to 26 points to 3. Keenan Ockers is going to restart play. 26 points to 3. Hammy's in the lead as Idrif Viljoen collects once again. He looks to offload, but he's turned it over now. And here go Hamlets. Can they get something just before half time? Great defense by Damien Rawston. Massive defense by Damien Rawston. Gets up and makes another tackle. Here's Bronwyn Nemo with a pick and go for Hamlets. Here's Passons. Passons gets met by Bernardo Buerta in the midfield. He gets held up. Let's see what the call of the ref is. This will certainly be a scrum to Hammies. And it seems, Pila, as though the tide is certainly turning here at the Stephen Oval.
Definitely, Hammies are looking to find their feet and get go forward ball. Hamiltons have obviously just been trying just every move in the book, but now they're going back to what they know: structured game, very clinical, relaxed, and just converting pressure into points.
Well, here's another phase that has really been a concern for Hamlets, the scrum, as Louis now looks to feed this one. None of the Hamlet set pieces have gone to plan yet today. We'll see how this one pans out. Louis Nell feeds the scrum. Another big scrum by Hammies. Will they keep it in there? Will they keep it? Will they keep it in? The penalty advantage comes. And here goes Henko Martins to Louis Nell. To McLaughlin to Louis Nell. To Damien Rawston, who cuts the line. Was he held in the tackle? Here's Louis Nell to Friedel Weich. Friedel Weich with a strong carry. Hamlet's player off his feet according to the ref. Here goes Vandre Nokia. What a massive handoff there by Vandre Nokia. He certainly made a massive impact since he came on. Here's Louis Nell to Heinz Steenkamp with a chip in behind, and this will be the bounce just not favouring Wynand McLaughlin that time, and here go Hamlets on the counter attack. This is number 9, it's Fortuin, and he's going to be in under the post. A stunning counter attack, Pilar, by Hamlets. What a magnificent try.
We spoke about Hamlets and how they keep the ball alive, and just the interplay between their backline players. The skill is there, and the execution just going their way this time. Unfortunately, the bounce not going the Hamilton's way, but that was great. That was an excellent piece of rugby from Hamlets.
Well, that was certainly a 14-point swing. At that ball bounced right for Wynand McLaughlin. He would have been in under the post. It would have been the simplest try of his life. But as it turns out, the bounce of a rugby ball going against Hamilton's this time, and it leads to a try on the other side of the field for Fortuin, sorry.
Yeah, the Hamlets boys were desperate for this one, and they really got it, just showing patience and getting it done and playing it calmly through each other, getting the ball through their hands as we go into halftime.
Well, halftime 26 points to 10 to Hammies. It's been an exhilarating contest, full of emotion and passion. And I can only say I can't wait for the second half. This is going to be thrilling. Could get quite emotional towards the end. So we'll see what the second half brings us. Pilar, what do you think we can expect?
Yeah, the next 40 minutes are going to be very, very critical, because both sides are just going to be going hard at each other. As they've been going the last 40, no one leaving any stops unturned, no one leaving anything out there. Everyone leaving everything out there on the field.
Well, we can't wait for the next 40 minutes. We'll join you after the break. Right, we're back at the Stefan Oval, just a couple of moments before the second half. Just to remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you by Emerald View Bed and Breakfast out in Langebaan Lagoon, Cape Town and West Coast National Park. Roger and Jennifer Young, the previous owners of the successful Franciscus House in Hart Bay, have created a perfect getaway accommodation in Langebaan, and we're very thankful that they were able to sponsor today's broadcast here between Hamiltons and Hamlets. Hammies currently lead by 26 points to 10 as the second half is about to get underway. I'm joined by Pila Sisalana and Heinz Steenkamp sends the ball deep into Hamlet's territory. And Oka's not able to find touch, and here goes Dion Robbie. He's had a storm of a game today. Nell feeds to Nick Robeck. He carries strongly over the 22. Penalty advantage to Hammies. Here's Heinz Steenkamp to DJ Faulkner. Devin Martinez to McLaughlin. And that one didn't go to hand, but we'll go back to him. The referee was playing penalty advantage for rolling away.
Hamilton's trying doing fancy stuff. Hopefully they can just keep it more simple and execute much more efficiently.
Yes, Philo, something we mentioned towards the end of the first half. A big question mark now over Hamlets of whether they can maintain the speed that they attempted to play with in the first half, and whether their fitness will hold up here.
Yes, those last 20 minutes of the game are going to be very crucial. For running rugby, the last 20 minutes, you need to just get in there and get stuck in there and get in the park.
Yes, as Heinz Steenkamp takes play up to the Hamlets 5-meter line. Line out will take place. Aubrey Kutsia will feed the line out. Will he look for Idris Fulyoun again in the middle, or Dion Robbie at the back? And he finds Henko Martins at the front, where they set up a rolling maul. Great sack again by Hamlets in the front of the line out. Here's Louis Null. He looks for Robeck. Carries the ball strongly. Louis Null. This time to Idris Fulyoun. And Hamlets were guilty of offsides there. What will the decision be, Philo?
Hamlets obviously are big on the rush defense and just getting up there. They just need to watch that offside line and then hopefully just rush up, but within the rules of the game. And hopefully Hein can get that line out going again.
Yes, they've opted for a line out. Hamlets perhaps being guilty of being a bit over eager with that rush defense there. Aubrey Kutsia will have another bite at the cherry. He has used Henko Martins quite a lot in this game, in the front of the line-out. Certainly Hammy's most dependable line-out option. Aubrey Kutsia feeds. This time he finds Rabi at the back of the line-out where they set up a rolling maul. And the squeeze is on, and can they drive over the line? It's a try. It's a try. The Hammies maul working to perfection there. Let's see who gets up with the ball. Looks like it may have been the captain, Aubrey Kutsia himself. So Hammies early on in the second half extending their lead. Now up to 21 points, the difference. Hammies 31, Hamlets 10. Great early start here for Hammies, Villa.
Yeah, great early start in the second half. Hammy's obviously looking to get forward dominance by scoring through lineouts and being clinical on their set pieces. Definitely, Aubrey's definitely an experienced campaigner, having played at Marty's and having Varsity Cup experience. So things like scoring at the back of the line out and just being patient and not breaking away from the maul is brilliant. As Heinz Steenkamp converts the points, and now the score is 33-10.
Great early start for Hammies in the second half. That'll settle everybody down a little bit. 7 points early on in the second half. They would have been rocked a bit by that late try from Hamlets towards the end of the first half. I think they certainly thought they would be in under the post themselves, but Hamlets getting some reward for their efforts in the first half as Orcas looks to restart us. This one will be taken by Fiedelwijk. Brilliant take by Fiedelwijk as he breaks away. Here goes Yedri Fulyun to Louis Null, to Ray Williams. Ray Williams carries strongly. Louis Null to Heinz Steenkamp, to DJ Faulkner, McLaughlin. Here goes Henko Martins. And no one is going to stop Henko Martins once again. He makes mincemeat of the Hamlets defense.
Henku Bird Martins just really showing why his nickname is Bird, flying through the Hamlets defense with scintillating speed. I almost mistaken him for a winger.
Well, he certainly performs that role excellently, doesn't he? Not only his speed, his power, but his incredible efforts in the line-out. He's been one of Hammy's main weapons on attack and defense in the line-out this season.
Yeah, definitely. Him and Heinz Steenkamp definitely being the glue that keeps this team together. It's evident in how they've been playing today, and hopefully we see more of them as the game goes along.
You know, Hamlets need to lift their energy here, otherwise this could really become ugly. As Orcas looks to restart us again. He sends this one deep in towards the 22, collected by Rabi. Louis Null digs and he finds Devin Martinez, who carries strongly. Looks like Robeck. Louis Null to Heinz Steenkamp. Steenkamp goes on his own this time. Louis Null to Aubrey Kutsia. Kutsia with a strong carry, and he's still going. Here goes Aubrey Kutsia, marching over the 10-meter line. Here's Louis Null to Friedelwijk. Friedelwijk with a strong carry. Louis Null to Steenkamp, to DJ Faulkner, to Damian Rawston. He's not held in the tackle. Slipping a bit here. Not able to hold his feet. Otherwise it was on there for Hammies. Louis Null feeds to Aubrey Kutsia. Louis Null. Massive overlap on the outside. Here goes Yedri Fulyun to DJ Faulkner. To Henko Martins. Can he finish again? Great defense this time by Hamlets. As Louis Null looks to recycle here to Yedri Fulyun with a beautiful pop pass to his lock partner Friedelwijk. And he's strong on attack here, but the penalty comes.
Definitely, and with Hamlet looking to keep the ball alive and get some territorial pressure, with Robbie getting the ball back, Robbie looking to run it back, and Robbie still going, and Robbie just getting into the halfway line.
Yeah, Hamlet's certainly not looking for the line-out option there as McLaughlin comes away with it. Inside to Damian Rawston. He's been full of life in this game. He carries up to just short of the 10-meter line. Dion Robbie looks in a bit of discomfort. Great kick here by Louis Null. He's waiting for the bounce. It's McLaughlin and Ray Williams are chasing. Great sidestep there by Solomons. And Ray Williams comes away with it and scores try number 6 for Hamilton's Villa.
Definitely, the Hamlet's defense just falling apart there and making silly mistakes, and not actually making sure when they're kicking. However, Ray Williams, you give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
Well, great work by Ray Williams, and a wonderful kick by Louis Null. He certainly had the foresight to see nobody was covering at the back, and it was McLaughlin and Ray Williams putting Solomons, the Hamlets wing, under tremendous pressure, and the turnover close to the line, resulting in a try for Ray Williams.
Yeah, the stalwart that is Louis Null. Louis Null is the most experienced in the Hamilton side, with his 49th cap now, and looking to get his 50th soon. Yeah, hopefully Hein can turn that conversion into more points.
Hamilton's 45, Hamlet's 10 with a conversion to come, as Hein Steenkamp prepares to step forward. And it's just to the left. So, Philo, the big question is, has the Hamlets train run out of steam here?
Yeah, it's back to the fitness we were talking about. The last 30 minutes of this game are going to be very tough, especially when you want to run the ball a lot.
Hawkers starts us off again with a high-hanging kick, which Edrich Viljoen... Oh, well, that was certainly a case of foul play. No attempt to use his arms there by number 18, Ernest Hartenberg. Certainly making no realistic attempt to go for the ball there, as Louis Null will search for the touchline. And I don't think he's just about made a touch there.
Good kick by the experienced Louis Null, and just making sure and getting that ball out, as Hamilton's just look to sticking to their structures and getting their gear and getting into fifth gear. Hamilton's will look to put on one of the exciting young fly-offs, Charlotte Jansen, and hopefully he'll make a difference.
Charles Jansen certainly getting a few words from Coach Rob Olivier, a few words of advice as he perhaps prepares to bring him on. Aubrey Coetzee will feed the line out. Well taken by Edrich Viljoen as they set up the rolling maul once again. Peeled away by Ray Williams to Louis Null to Wensley Scott to Hein Steenkamp to Bernardo Botha. Bernardo Botha being held up just 5 meters short of the line, and he gets bundled into touch. Great defense there. Certainly some of the Hamlets substitutes bringing a little bit of defensive energy into their performance at the moment.
Yes, obviously the substitute's role is very evident on the Hamlet side, but that was a good piece of play from set piece from Hammies. Hamilton's almost just getting there, but obviously the defense just catching them there.
Hamlets lose another line out to Henko Martins, and he scores yet another try. That's a hat-trick now for Henko Martins. Certainly a big candidate for today's man of the match, pillar.
Fly like a bird, like the saying goes. Henko Martins just doing Henko Martin things, scoring a third try, and getting just finishing off and making sure.
Well, I certainly hope for Hamlet's sake they can sort out their problems in the line-out. That was another shambolic line-out from them. The score now up to 50 as Arno Gustafsson, Vandre Nokia and Charles Janssen are on his replacements. It looks like Nick Robeck and Devin Martinez are off. I'm not quite sure who the backline substitution was. Charles Janssen is on, and might be for Hein Steenkamp, who lands the extra 2 from out wide, Philo.
Beautiful kick by Hein Steenkamp as Hamlets get ready to get us going again.
So Hein Steenkamp has come off in jersey number 10, and in his place is Charles Janssen in jersey 22. Charles Janssen, very exciting young 22-year-old flyer, formerly of Paul Gymnasium.
Yes, Charles Janssen, scintillating rugby player as Hamlets look to kick us off.
Robin David sends this one high in the air where Edrich Viljoen took the ball beautifully, but unfortunately there was a case of obstruction as number 7, Genius Machlamba, takes it forward. You can see now Dane Adams is on at scrum off, pick and go. by number 22, Carlton Esbach. Adams again. He feeds to the prop forward. Great defense by Hammies there. It looked like it was Nokia again. Great tackle by Aubrey Kutsia. Adams again. He feeds to Mchlamba. And to Solomons. Very close to the line now. Beautiful offloading play by Hamlets. And a knock-on in contact. Very unfortunate there. Below, certainly Hamlets have looked very enterprising when they've had the ball in hand. They've created quite a number of opportunities, but not able to convert that into points.
Yes, and it's very unfortunate that everything just falls apart in the red zone. But I do want to bring your attention to number 4, Idrich Viljoen, who's just been number 4 for Hamilton's. Idrich Viljoen, who's just been very present for Hamilton's, fielding those high balls, getting those go forward balls and carries, and just honestly just stepping up as a youngster. And he's still eligible to play under 20, and he's just stepping up here in the seniors.
Yes, no question. Idrich Viljoen and a host of others have had great games for Hamilton's today. He in particular has carried beautifully. A couple of deft touches, a couple of deft offloads, showing he's not just a power player, but he's quite a lot of skill. As Louis Noel looks to feed the scrum. About 7 meters from the Hammies goal line. The Hamlets have certainly had their woes in the scrum today. Louis Noel feeds, and another massive scrum by Hamilton's as Henko Martins breaks away. He still carries strongly. Louis Noel to, that's Vandre Nokia. Louis Noel to Charles Janssen, who looks for touch with a great kick. And he finds touch. Well in the Hamlets half. Number 15, Isaac Davids, knocking that ball backwards into touch as he tried to field it. And Janssen with a great first intervention in this game.
Yes, definitely. That kick was one beautiful one. Things unfortunately not going for Isaac Davids. And hopefully we see Aubrey Kutsia just making sure in that line out and finding his jumpers.
Aubrey Kutsia with a opportunity to find perhaps Dion Robbie at the back if they want to play wide. Let's see what the decision is. Ray Williams loitering around the front of the line out. And he does go for Robbie indeed. As they set up the maul. Another great maul set up there by the Hammies team. As they look to march forward with this rolling maul here. Dion Robbie certainly doing a tremendous amount of work leading that maul. Here goes Idrich Viljoen. He's at the back. He peels away. Unfortunately, he has the ball ripped off of him. All that hard work undone there as Hamlets come away with it. Will they play wide? They've got men aplenty here. A little bit unsighted. That's Davids. Great chip kick. Oh, and Charles Janssen. Hard to see what happened there. But it was carried back in the opinion of the referee, and we'll have a 5-meter scrum. Hamlets once again showing how dangerous they can be when they take it wide.
Yes, and it all just came from from them disrupting the maul and just bringing that maul down and tearing it apart and showing that they can execute and definitely be clinical on Hamilton's errors.
Well, Idrich Viljoen, we mentioned him a few minutes ago. He peeled away there. Unfortunately, lost the ball in contact and was turned over and very quickly spun wide by the Hamlets backline, who were perhaps a few inches away from scoring in that situation.
The Hamilton's cover defense just came in very late, and the miscommunication on D got the Hamlets boys into Hamilton's territory deep inside as they prepare for the scrum.
Looks like Adams will feed the scrum. That Adams or Leroy Hector. Another massive scrum by Hammies. Very scrappy ball for the Hamlets backline to work with. Louis Noel wraps up Orcas. Here they come again. They're trying to Machlamba. There's a chance for number 21. That's Pedron Dido. Massive defensive effort here by Hammies. It's number 15, Davis, that takes the ball out. Hamlets now close to the line, looking for their second try. Here's Davids to Orkers. Oh, off the head there, Bernardo Buerta and Yashal Janssen. And Louis Nel will look for the safety of the touch line. But referee saw an earlier knock-on by Hamlets. Certainly riveting play by Hamlets when they take the ball through the hands, Pilar.
Yes, Hamlets are well renowned for just keeping the ball alive and keeping the ball in hand and getting and being very, very dangerous as they come across onto the field.
Right, so the scrum here, midway through the second half as we approach the final quarter of the game. Hamilton's 52, Hamlets 10. Louis Nel will feed in the scrum. Once again, this broadcast is brought to you by Emerald View Bed and Breakfast. And once again, a word of thanks to them for making this broadcast possible as Louis Nel feeds. Another massive scrum by Hammies. Still going. No penalty advantage here. Here's Janssen to Wensley Scott to McLaughlin, who sends this one upfield, but the referee will come back for a penalty. Hamlet's walking around in the scrum. That
would have been a good territorial kick by Vainan McLaughlin. Unfortunately, the penalty just being there, the ref going back for the penalty. As they were playing under advantage, but definitely the game has definitely taken quite a spin. In the first 10 minutes you thought it was quite an equal game, but the Hamlets boys just going hot and cold from time to time, and the Hamilton's boys just trying to keep calm and make less errors to execute.
Charles Janssen's kick takes the line out up to the halfway line with Hammies to feed the ball. Aubrey Kutsia. His line-out throwing has been excellent today, Villa.
Oh, definitely. Just finding his jumpers each time, whether it's going for 4-ball, 3-ball, or 2-ball. And, hopefully he gets it again.
Aubrey Kutsia feeds the line-out. He finds Martins at the front. Another effective sack by Hamlets. Pick and drive by Aubrey Kutsia. Inko Martins goes for the pick and drive. He gets held up. Here comes the counter ruck from Hamlets. Massive counter ruck by Hamlets. Here's Louis Nel to Vandre Nokia with another massive run. Another strong run by Vandre Nokia. He's made a big impact when he's been on. Louis Nel to Gustafsson. Massive run by Gustafsson. Louis Nel to Janssen, to Ralston. Charles Janssen gets called for a forward pass. Right down in front of us here, Pila.
Yeah, definitely the action just getting right up and close and personal to us. Damien Ralston was obviously calling for a chip there, just a miscommunication between him and Charles Janssen. And hopefully they can get that right.
How do you rate the play of the wingers on show today, Philo? You yourself being a winger. Give us your expert opinion. Who stood out for you today?
I must say, Hamiltons have had go forward ball so far and have been the dominant side. But the Hamlets winger, the try they scored, it was just incredible. Henry Davids just showing what he can do with Janelle Solomons and them linking and the interplay between them. As Hamiltons look to field their under 20 players in their first team. Good to see some of the juniors stepping up. Young Yakufuri just showing what he can do. with a new front row of Van Reynoche, Arno Gustafsson, and Petrus Ninaba has also taken the field now, as Dion Rabi seems to move to the 8th man position, as Henku Martins makes way for Petrus Ninaber.
Yeah, Clinton Haps also on in jersey 21 in place of Louis Nell. So Coach Robert Olivier ringing the changes with a comfortable lead on the scoreboard, 52 points to 10 at the moment. Few words being exchanged between Ray Williams and some of the Hamlets players, Pilar.
Yeah, just complimenting each other's rugby jerseys and each other's cooking, hopefully. And yeah, man, let's get the game going with Han Lukotso also on now, as Hamilton's look to get ready for a powerful scrum.
Yeah, Mario Wilson also on in place of DJ Faulkner. It's Adams that can feed the scrum. Another scrappy ball at the back. This time, here come Hamlets again as they look to take it wide. A bit of a late tackle by Mario Wilson on a Hamlets play. Here goes Petrus Ninaber. Clinton Habs feeds to Janssen. To Dion Rabi. Here goes Haps again. To McLaughlin. And the referee's going to come back for a knock on. And certainly it seems, Pilar, at this stage as though Hamlet's race has been run here. 52 points to 10 down. A lot of that energy that we saw in the first half, not at all evident here in the second half.
Well, the style of play is not really convenient for this side, the weather conditions that we have here today, and obviously requiring a lot of fitness and just things. All their hard work coming undone in the second half, with Hamilton's actually sticking together, sticking to their structures, getting their guns right, and striking at the right times, and making sure when they've got the opportunity, they turn pressure into points.
Clinton Habs will feed the scrum just inside Hamlet's territory. The scrum has not been a good facet of play today for Hamlets. And here's a penalty. Referee awarding a penalty to Hammies. Perhaps for an early engagement there. As Janssen will look to push Hamlets deep into their territory now with this kick. He's certainly got a beautiful boot on him, Pilar, Charles Janssen.
Yes, Charles Janssen obviously being one of the finest boys in the Cape, coming from Paarl, and then moving onwards to play in the Sharks junior ranks, and then coming back here and just getting a good feel of the ball at a great club like Hammies. And yeah, as they look to get Jaco Fourie to feed the line out. And hopefully, one of the Hamlets players is down right now, which means that player will just come to a stop momentarily.
So yes, as we enter the last 13 minutes of the game, play stopping for another injury. Let's hope once again that it's not too serious. Unfortunately, we can report to you that Jamil Williams, who went down in one of the first scrums of the game, has a suspected broken leg and is currently on his way to hospital. Very unfortunate, and underlines the need for it's like Aubrey could see it. Is it Fourie that will feed in the line out? He feeds in the line. He seems to be on for Aubrey Kutsia, taken by Dion Rabi. Great setup of the maul there. As Hamilton's drive forward. Another massive effort in the maul. Will they go all the way? They've got the momentum now. Clinton Habs at the back there. Here goes. Is that Gustafsson peeling away? And a knock on. Lost that one forward. Hamlets have the advantage. What do they choose to do? Are they going to play wide here? No. Seems like Orcas is going to look for touch. He doesn't find it. Charles Janssen to Bernardo Bueta. Bernardo Bueta with a chance to attack. Here goes Bernardo Bueta. He stumbles over his feet. Here's Habs. He's looking for Petrus Nienaber to... Is that Hanlu Kotza? Hanlu Kotza carries over the 22. And here's a penalty. Straight off his feet there. It's like number 20. That's Dan Adams. Straight off his feet. Charles Janssen's going to look for the corner again. So Hammy's certainly not falling into the trap of trying to play Hamlet's game here. Pila.
Yeah, definitely. The Hamiltons was just keeping disciplined, just kicking for touch, getting that ball in the touch, setting up the line out, and hoping to go forward ball through set pieces.
Right, Yaku Fari. He's going to feed the line out now. And he finds Rabi. And they set up another maul. Can they show the patience and drive this all the way to the line? Here goes, it looks like Gustafsson peeling away there. Just short of the line. We must be no more than a meter or so short of the line. He's digging around for the ball. It'll be a pick and drive by Rabi. Will he get over the line? Seems like he's over, and the try is awarded.
Yeah, Rabi just showing that he's still young at heart and just darting over the line. And Rabi has been one of the players to watch throughout this game. Obviously, just performing out of his boots and just moving from 7 now to 8.
So Hammy's extending that lead now, 57 points to 10. And with Charles Janssen lining up the conversion. Certainly the fever pitch atmosphere that we had in the first half is not evident so far in the second half, Pila, as Hamlets have fallen away somewhat.
Like the saying goes, every bus has got a park.
Yes, Charles Janssen. He's going to look to add the extra 2 here. He steps forward. Beautiful strike. And straight through the middle of the post. What a wonderful kick by Charles Janssen. Adds the extra 2.
Charles Janssen has definitely made an impact since coming on. He left right off. He picked up where Heinz Steenkamp left off. And as Orcas seems to get ready to kick us off.
Yeah, Charles Janssen, the young man from Bredasdorp. It looks like it's going to be, is it Davids or Orcas? He sends this one down into Hammy's territory where Petrus Nienaber collects Petrus Nienaber. Massive fanned off by Petrus Nienaber. There he goes. He was held in contact there. What's the decision of the referee? Here's Hapst. He's going to look for Vandre Nokia. Vandre Nokia gets held up there. Is that a maul? Turnover. Referee says play on. Here goes Hapst. We're still playing on. And this one's lost forward now by Hapst as he looked to offload there. Game getting a bit scrappy now, Pila, as the last rights are red for Hamlets.
Yeah, the pressure's obviously starting to kick in, and the mental fatigue kicking in on players on both sides. Just not making wild and rash decisions, just not calm as they should be. But that's when your reserves need to come in and just keep the team calm, keep the team composed, and get the job done.
Yeah, quite a number of reserves coming on at the same time has probably cost Hammies their momentum that they had early on in the second half. Right, scrum on halfway. Dane Adams is going to feed. The scrums have certainly been a little bit better for Hamlets in the last 10 minutes or so. Here they go. There's Adams again feeding to Machlambo. Here goes Davids. Davids has the ball ripped away from him by Charles Janssen, who looks for the offload, but Hamlets are back in possession. Can they profit here? Here's a pick and go by number 1, Bronwyn Nemo. Is he holding? No, the ref says no. Here come Hamlets again. Another pick and go. Succession of pick and goes. Here come Hamlets surging into the Hammies territory. Bernardo Buerta will look to contest. Adams, massive counter ruck there by Bernardo Buerta. Here's Bronwyn Nemo again. He carries strongly. Here's Ockers. Bit of a wild pass there. Damien Rawson slips the tackle. And this could be a try in the corner. And yes, it is. I'm not 100% sure who got up with the ball there. It seemed to be... It's Isaac Davids, the fullback. So Hamlet's coming away with some points here. They've certainly looked very enterprising at times, Pila, without being able to round off.
Yes, 50-50 passes here and there, but just the ball, they're getting the luck of the bounce of the ball, and which is resulting in a try.
As that's Robin David sends that one out to the left. Hamilton's 59, Hamlet's 15. About 4 minutes or so, just under 5 minutes on the clock. Hammies having secured the bonus point before half time. So it's just about building the points difference now for them as Charles Janssen looks to restart. He'll send this one high for Hammies to contest. And Pietrus Nienaber applying the pressure as Hamlets, what will they look to do? Will they look to run this? Here's Ockers. Massive tackle by Mario Wilson in the midfield. Referee says that was fine, no holding on there. This will be a knock on though. So Hamlet's clearly frustrated by their errors in this game, Pilar.
Yeah, just the mental fatigue is kicking in at the wrong time of the game, and for both sides. And hopefully, Hamiltons can exploit the mistakes that the Hamlet side is making.
Yes, this phase of the game has been very disappointing for Hamlets, although they have certainly seen an improvement in the second half. They've not been able to rely on their scrum as an attacking platform in this game. They've lived off scraps and certainly made quite a number of errors as Bernardo Buerta prepares to pack down on the flank. Here we go. Clinton Habs feeds the big scrum. Great scrum by Hammies. Here's Robbie. Robbie's going to have a run. Another one ripped in contact.
The Hamilton's boys just not cleaning in time on the ruck.
There was no support there, Pila, as the ref gives Hamlets another 10 meters for a bit of back chat. And massive hit now by, but it looked like Bernardo Buerta, but they keep the ball alive. Fantastic play there by, I think that was Davids. Here we go again, that high-paced game, all the offloading. Here Hamlets, another offload. That's looks to be to Dane Adams. Another penalty now. Here we go. Here's Adams again. Here's Ockers. And this could be another one here. The bounce is right. Great work by Janssen. Great cover defense by Charles Janssen. Otherwise, Hamlets would have been in again there. Not a lot of continuity in Hamilton's game and at the moment. And Hamlet's definitely exploiting that, Pilar.
Yeah, Hamlet's just definitely exploiting, keeping the ball alive, continuity, continuous play, not allowing the Hamilton's boys to set into rucks or expect the line out. They're just giving the ball more life, tapping that ball and running it.
As Vandre Nokia feeds the line out, will he be looking for Idris Viljoen? Yes, he will, but it's over his head, and this is going to be a try as the line out falls apart. We'll see who gets up with the ball there.
the more things come together, the more they fall apart.
Well, it's been a scrappy second half. Hamlets certainly, I think, probably played better rugby in the first half, but they didn't profit from any of their attacking enterprise. But they've got 2 late tries here, as Davids will look to add the extra 2, and he swings that one in beautifully. And it's now Hamilton's 59. Hamlets looked down and out with just 10 points a few minutes ago, but they finished strong here. Hammy's 59, Hamlets 22.
Hamlets obviously looking to play for pride in front of their faithful. Even their supporters have not given up on them.
Yeah, their supporters were very quiet for most of the second half, and they've come to life here in the dying embers of the game as Charles Janssen puts this one deep. And now they'll run it from here. Surely, here we go. Can they get a bonus points? No, that seems to be a knock-on. Hamlets have scored 3 tries so far. They've certainly got a bonus point to play for if the referee will allow enough time.
Oh, definitely. As the clock is winding down and counting down to the dying seconds of this game, hopefully Hamiltons can be clinical in the scrum. This should be the last move of the game.
Yes, time is officially up, and let's see if either team can get some points of the last play of the game here. Hamilton's 59, Hamlet's 22. Hamilton's be satisfied that they've banked the 5 points here today. Certainly a dominant performance for most of the game. But towards the end, I suppose it got a bit scrappy, and that certainly played into Hamlet's hands as Clinton Habs feeds the scrum to Charles Janssen. He goes to the line to Wensley Scott. Wensley Scott carries beautifully into the 22. Does he have support? Here's Clinton Habs. Here's Arno Gustafsson. There's certainly great potential out wide here. Wynand McLaughlin. Can he offload to Damien Rawston? And Damien Rawston just rewards has the final say in this afternoon's clash with a great try in the right-hand corner, Pilar.
What an excellent way for Hamiltons to finish off the game, just getting that points difference up. That point difference will definitely mean a lot in the log, and it will definitely improve Hamilton's 8th place on the log as they come away with the 5 points and a bonus point for the W.
Yes, Hammies will be satisfied with this afternoon's performance after the defeat on Saturday to Unimall. Smiles all around. General Manager Derek certainly smiling at this stage. Coach Robert Olivier looks satisfied as Charles Janssen looks to add the extra 2 and take the score to 66. Currently 64-22. Can he add the extra 2?
Credit must go to the Hamilton's management. Robert Olivier just being phenomenal in managing this team, and Greg van Jaarsveld's work has been evident as Hamiltons get
what a beauty!
What a beauty from Charles
Janssen. Finishes the game off with a magnificent conversion from the touchline, and that finishes it here today, Pilar. Hamilton's 66. Hamlets 22. Who stood out for you today in the match this afternoon?
I must say both sides just played beautiful and excellent rugby. Just things not coming together in the end for Hamlets. But I must say Henko Martins with that hat trick. Idrich Viljoen was obviously putting his hand up as a youngster, with Louis Nall showing his experience. Heinz Steenkamp also just getting those kicks in and getting those small margins of converting when you have to in. But obviously that fullback, Isaac Davids, just a phenomenal player. Just he's been keeping this team up, putting his hand up, keeping the team up, keeping them in the fight. And yeah, man, great rugby by both teams. Great afternoon, and great to have the community at large just out here and having a jaw.
Thanks, Villa. It's been a fantastic afternoon. Once again, thanks to Emerald View Bed and Breakfast for sponsoring this feed. It's turned out to be a victorious afternoon for Hamiltons by 66 points to 22. They take away the 5 points from this fixture. And we'd just like to thank all of you for joining us this afternoon. From myself, Adrian K. and Phila Sisolana, it's been wonderful to be with you today.
Cheers.